DMT is one of the most powerful psychedelic substances known to humankind. Widely known as the spirit molecule, DMT offers a psychedelic experience so profound that it's often described as an out-of-body journey to spiritual realms of existence beyond this physical universe. In fact, research has even drawn parallels between DMT experiences and near-death experiences. But what if I told you that these otherworldly DMT experiences could also represent a breakthrough treatment for depression? That's exactly what new research is suggesting, such as this study here titled "The Antidepressant Effects of Vaporized NN-Dimethyltryptamine," published in August of 2024. As I'll share in this video, some of the findings from this research might truly surprise you. I mean, is it really possible that a 15-minute psychedelic experience could help to resolve years or decades of depression when every other treatment has failed? We're going to see what the data says, and if you stick with me here, I'm also going to share some reasons why this truly could be game-changing. Like, this could change the field of mental health and the way that we treat depression and help millions of people. So let's dive in. Welcome back to a channel dedicated to psychedelic education and consciousness exploration. My name is Jonas, and today we're looking at, can DMT, the spirit molecule, meaningfully be used to address depression? This is such an important question because, as many of you probably already know, depression is one of the most commonly faced mental health challenges in the world today. According to data from the World Health Organization, roughly 1 in 5 people experience depression at some point in their lives. And the sad reality is that over 1/3 of individuals with depression don't respond to any of the conventional or traditional treatments, such as antidepressant medications and talk therapy. 30 to 40% of people with depression are in this situation where they can't find anything that works to help them. We need innovative, new, effective treatments to help these people. And that's where psychedelic assisted therapy comes in. You may have seen headlines like this before. A renaissance for psychedelics could fill a long-standing treatment gap for psychiatric disorders, which states psilocybin and MDMA represent a first wave of therapies that help patients by changing the way they view reality. Now, I've been working professionally in the field of psychedelic therapy for a little over 5 years now, and I've had the privilege of personally facilitating thousands of psychedelic experiences. And I've seen firsthand, time and time again, the way that a single psychedelic experience in a safe and supportive setting can deeply help people unburden and heal their depression, anxiety, trauma, and mental health issues in as little as a single day. It is endlessly awe-inspiring and amazing to witness that firsthand. But I've often wondered, how does DMT fit into all of this? What role does DMT play in psychedelic assisted therapy? Because in my own experiences with DMT, it's just so otherworldly. I mean, unlike psilocybin, where I have time to really go back and process emotions and work through trauma and kind of unburden what's going on in the shadow or in my subconscious, DMT just feels, for me, like I am blasted off beyond this human body, beyond this human ego, beyond space and time altogether. It's like a direct encounter with alternate realms or planes of existence, spiritual realities. DMT completely changed the way that I view the nature of reality and convinced me that there is so much more to the mystery of life than this physical universe, and there's so much more to the mystery of self, of consciousness, than this one body and mind. DMT is also a very brief experience. It only lasts around 15 minutes. So again, the question is, can such a brief and otherworldly psychedelic experience help people meaningfully address depression in their everyday human lives? Let's now turn back to the research. According to the data and the findings from this study, the very simple answer is yes. DMT has incredible promise and potential to help people overcome depression. However, we need more research, we need bigger studies and bigger sample sizes to better understand what is going on here, because so far all of the data comes from small preliminary trials. This study, for example, had a sample size of only 6 participants, so it's quite a small study. Each of these 6 participants were dealing with treatment-resistant depression, meaning they've been suffering with depression for years and every other treatment that they've tried has failed to work. The study design was pretty straightforward and simple. In a clinical hospital setting, each of these 6 volunteers got 2 doses of DMT in the span of a single day. And their depression was measured and assessed the next day, a week later, and a month later. And again, the results were truly phenomenal. The authors state all patients showed improvements in their scores at different time points compared to the baseline. So 100% of the sample responded positively to this treatment. They continue, significant reductions in depression scores were observed as early as the next day. One day after DMT, people are already noticing and reporting significant reductions in their depression. By day 7, 1 week after DMT, 83% of the participants reported significant reductions in their depression, and 2/3, 67% of the sample, achieved full remission, meaning their depression was gone. They were no longer depressed. At a month follow-up, 1 month after the DMT experience, 50% of participants remained in remission. Again, their depression was gone. These are incredibly impressive results. To put this into perspective, on average, each participant had been suffering with depression for an average of 8 years, right? And yet, a 15-minute psychedelic experience resolved depression in 50% of the cases, and 100% of the cases responded positively to this treatment. Amazing stuff. Just as impressive was that, unlike psilocybin or MDMA therapy, these outcomes were achieved without any extensive talk therapy, psychotherapeutic support, and it all happened in a clinical or hospital setting. So this could make DMT a practical, scalable treatment for depression. This is one of the big reasons why DMT could be so truly game-changing for the field of mental health, because it works immediately as soon as the next day. It's short in duration, lasting only 15 minutes, doesn't require intensive psychotherapeutic support, and can be done in a clinical setting, right? Now, we need to be cautious against generalizing these findings given how small the sample size is. But it's worth noting that other studies have validated these findings. This here is another DMT study for depression, which confirmed that DMT is physically completely safe and well tolerated in people with depression. And the authors state, the most novel finding of this study was the significant reduction in depression scores 1 day after receiving DMT in patients who had failed multiple antidepressant trials. Many had been chronically ill for over 27 years. I mean, the potential here is insane, like amazing, right? Let me repeat that we still need more data. We need more evidence. We need larger research trials, but these findings are undeniably incredibly impressive. These studies prove that a 15-minute DMT experience truly has the potential to resolve decades of depression as soon as the next day in a way that is enduring and lasts multiple weeks. And that is nothing short of revolutionary. If these same findings were replicated in bigger research trials, again, this could change the entire field of mental health care and help millions of people suffering with depression across the globe. So what do you think? What do you make of all of this research? Very curious to hear your thoughts. Have you ever had an experience with DMT or other psychedelics that really helped your depression? It certainly did for me. I'd be honored if you shared down below, and again, really curious to hear your thoughts. If you find this as fascinating as I do, please like this video, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I've just started a new podcast called The Way of the Psychonaut, where I'm interviewing all kinds of interesting people about the psychedelic experience and the mysteries of consciousness. So check me out there, and please check me out as well on Patreon, where you can support this work. It goes a really long way in helping me produce these videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you back here very soon.